Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today for men only.
I had a conversation with a young woman yesterday who said that she started listening to the sprinkle advice at the ages of 16 or 17, and now that she's in college, she unfortunately realized that the only thing that it has gained her is a bunch of bodies, and that she struggles to communicate with men who are her age because she is only used to being with the older guys, the old men who were quote unquote providers. This is why I say that advice is so toxic and damaging. You have 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old girls out there listening to this advice.
I mean, at that age, going after like 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, it might not be the best.
And you are literally serving them up to the hands of groomers. What do you really think a young woman, a young, naive woman, is going to be able to do with an old man to get her bills paid?
The getting the bills paid part is the problem. Like, if they genuinely were looking for men that to, build with, or at least, be wives to and mothers with, then that's a little bit different. But it's because of that advice of use men, and the best men to use are older men, then yeah, you kind of serve them up to be groomed.
Do you really think that young, naive girl is going to be able to outsmart and manipulate that man?
Yes, it's sometimes, because men are thirsty.
Old man who's been around the block a couple of times. Stop supporting influencers who are serving young women to the hands of groomers.
Yup, this. I was telling my friends this, and they didn't listen. A man that built his wealth for decades will not be fooled by a girl. Shara is dangerous for women who do not have or practice discernment. Her advice should be taken with a grain of salt and applied very intricately. Not everyone is cut out to do so without getting hurt or used. Unfortunately, a lot of young, impressionable girls listen to her advice and run with it.
I do agree that a lot of them do get used, because how they're going about it is pretty much a tool to be used.
The worst thing that's ever happened to me has been talking to men and dating and trying to find a partner. Let's talk about it. So I love when I see the successful love stories where, people are dating and all of that, and it works out for them and they find the man of their dreams. And yes, I want that, but I just feel like anytime I'm in pursuit of that, my whole life fucks up. I don't know what it is. Do I believe in love? Yes. Do I think all men are terrible? No. What has my personal experience been? Honestly, when I'm by myself and single, literally, I'm freaking thriving in every aspect of my life outside of an intimate relationship. But career, boom, body, tea, eating healthy, meal prepping. I have good relationship with all my friends. Career is prospering. But I just feel like I'm growing so much. And in the moment, guys oh, I like you, give me your time. And I give it to him. It's just everything just and I have decided with this last quarter that we have, I think I'm just gonna stop. But I want that happy love story for myself, and I think I'll get it one day, but that's where we're at right now. And for that reason, do I recommend it? No.
This woman literally said she thrives when she's single and calls that her life observation. Translation: no one's checking for me, so I might as well romanticize it. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong.
Well, remember, they don't get the men they want. That's the thing about women, right? And the way I think she's talking is, only certain men approach her. And the men that approach her are obviously probably not the greatest men. But the men that she truly wants, and the ones that would be good for her, she's not willing to work for it. She's not willing to put any work. She's just kind of doing her thing, and then men come to her, and then she's like, okay, I'll give you some time. No, you have to go find good men, and then hopefully they're attracted to you, and then you work together.
With being single. But let's not pretend loneliness is a personality trait. Thriving means growth, not just surviving without accountability. It's funny how modern women turn being single into a lifestyle brand. I'm focusing on me. I'm protecting my peace. I'm in my soft girl era. Sis, you've been protecting your peace since 2014, and the only thing growing is your collection of excuses. You're not thriving, you're just tired of trying. And the wild part? These are usually
Tired of trying? When did they even try, oh men only?
the same women who, deep down, want love, marriage, and stability. But because the dating pool's dried up, mostly due to their own unrealistic standards, they convince themselves they don't need anyone. It's coping, not confidence. There's a difference between being content alone and pretending to love isolation. Thriving isn't shutting everyone out. It's building something worth sharing. But that requires humility, compromise, and growth. 3 things modern dating culture seems allergic to. So yeah, you thrive when you're single because you don't have to face yourself in a mirror that relationships often hold up. The problem isn't men, it's the denial. Keep saying you don't need anyone, but don't act surprised when no one comes looking for you.
Correct.
How much money should a guy make per year?
Just wait. One of their answers just might surprise you.
Easily 400,000 or more. Easily 40K at most.
And there we have it. All is not lost. A young woman with actual realistic expectations.
That's my boyfriend. My boyfriend's manager at Walmart. He makes like 45 most. I'm embarrassed that you're proud of that.
Really? When there are so many better reasons that someone should be embarrassed.
Your boyfriend is the supervisor of Walmart. Yeah, absolutely not. That's embarrassing. My boyfriend pays for everything.
She has a boyfriend. What's embarrassing? The one that doesn't have a boyfriend with delusional 400K takes?
He pays for our groceries, my gas, our apartment, everything. And I'm independent.
When they say they're independent, it kind of makes you wonder how much money they make, since they have such high expectations in regards to how much their future partner is going to make.
You wouldn't date someone with less than 400K?
Absolutely not. Joke's on you because my boyfriend is thriving.
And that young lady, might I add, not
My
only
girl,
has realistic
defending him.
expectations, but also is supportive of the man that she is with. Is
My
going to
girl.
make some man very happy and very lucky.
If she's so independent, why does she expect a guy to make 400K per year? If you
Because she's a broke, dusty, musty, crusty.
were so independent, you don't need a man in your life. She said, independent, cause she was too embarrassed to say, I can't find a man to put up with my unrealistic expectations. If you are independent, why do you need someone else's 400K minimum?
I'm going to say that again. If you are stuck worrying about a man, he is not worrying about you. When you worry about a man, that puts you as a girly pop. It takes you out of your juicy, flowy, feminine energy and puts you into your masculine energy, where now you're trying to control the situation. You're trying to make sure that there's a plan and that everything's taken care of and that everything will go according to plan. So that's you being so in your masculine that is trying to control that.
I didn't realize like planning ahead and trying to, create goals for yourself is a masculine thing.
Also is trying to worry, that is trying to come up with a plan. What we're going to do instead is come back to ourselves and say, okay, whether this man chooses to text me or not, whether he chooses to make plans or not, whether he decides that he's invested in me or not is none of my business. I know I am worthy of investing in. I know my energy is my currency. And
How do you know that?
how can I best use my energy right now to level up myself? Do I need to go get my nails done? Do I need to go to the gym? Maybe
Leveling up means getting your nails done?
I need to just sit down and read a book for once. Put my phone down and breathe. Maybe I need to go on a walk. What can I do to make sure that I feel so safe in myself right now? I'm going to go and do whatever the fuck that is.
She said, with those bird claw nails flapping around, that worrying about a man takes you out of your feminine energy and puts you into your masculine energy.
It doesn't even make
Girl, what?
sense.
That's not divine femininity. That's delusion dressed up as self-help. Since when did caring about someone become masculine?
Right?
It's wild how everything women don't want to do anymore magically gets labeled masculine. Accountability? Masculine. Compromise? Masculine. Being loyal and consistent? masculine. At this point, femininity is just doing whatever feels good and calling it healing. Meanwhile, the men you claim you're too feminine to worry about are over there building families with women who actually know how to be feminine and loving at the same time. Here's the truth. Being feminine doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you know how to care. Real feminine energy is nurturing, patient, soft, and cooperative. But social media turned it into an aesthetic instead of an attitude. Now it's all lashes, nails, and I don't chase.
He's so right that they turn femininity into lashes and just looks, right? Because like the whole trans stuff, men can be women as long as they look like a woman. But that doesn't even make sense.
I attract mantras, and somehow no one's attracting anything but loneliness. It's not masculine to worry about your man. It's called being emotionally invested. You can't want protection and provision from a man while acting like you're too enlightened to show concern. Relationships are partnerships, not performances for the internet. So yeah, keep preaching about staying in your feminine energy while holding a phone with claws longer than your resume. Real women don't lose their femininity by caring. They lose it by confusing ego with empowerment.
Dating in your 30s, it's starting to feel hopeless for me. So I went on a nice dinner date with a guy, and we're having a pretty good conversation. Of course, he's asking the getting to know you question. So he asks me if I have any kids, and of course I say no, I don't have any kids. I ask him, oh, what about you? And then he says he has 3. I'm like, oh, that's cute. You know, I mean, every guy's, by now, I'm like, okay, everyone has kids, so it's expected. Then he says, we listen, we don't judge. And I just look at him, I'm just like, listen, we don't judge? What? He goes and he says he has 3 baby moms.
God.
Now, to me, 3 baby moms, that's a red flag. That's an automatic red flag.
I can agree with that.
Because you had 1, 2, and if you're going for a 3rd one, that's like...
I mean, it kind of shows who you're attracted to, girl. You're definitely attracted to the Chad Rones of the world.
I think that's stretching it. And then he adds on to the conversation, I don't mind having a 4th one.
What's a valid reason why women over 30 are single and no kids?
I heard a girl the other day say it's going to be hard for her to find a boyfriend because, like, she's a lot and, like, not everyone can handle her. And I fear that's literally the whole point. If you were for everyone and compatible with everyone, then dating wouldn't be this difficult. I was single for 10 years, and I'm a lot. People have always said I'm a lot. And they always told me that I needed...
And, you know, if you were a lot, just be less, and I would assume it's actually even less work too.
Someone who could handle me. As if that was a bad thing. So basically it was always kind of reframed in a way that I had to be less myself.
How is it not a bad thing? Someone to handle me. Like literally put their hands on me and control me? Is that what you want?
And that never made sense to me. I was like, okay, if I have to be myself forever, because unfortunately, like, I'm stuck with this personality, this is who I am, how am I going to meet someone and, like, tone myself down and then not be myself? Like, does that not defeat the purpose? Although I overall had a very good mentality and I am naturally a very confident person, I'd be lying to you if I said those type of comments didn't get to me. And between you and I wasn't myself with pretty much anyone I ever dated. Because I let that get to me on such a subconscious level that I just didn't know how to be myself fully. Some people that saw, like, enough of me.
So you were a miserable person to deal with. You knew this. You tried to fix it, but when you got with someone, your miserableness still always came out.
But then I also feel like I would try to, like, play some type of part around them, which was silly. But the point is, being myself mattered. The first night that I met my boyfriend, I was forced to be 100% myself, which was not the most natural thing for me when I was meeting guys, but it's what happened. And thankfully, that means I'm with someone who doesn't think I'm too much. My friends think he's on crack for saying that, but he has described me as chill.
Even if your own friends think this, there might be a problem.
On several occasions. And he embraces all those parts of me that people kind of judge, and I embrace the parts of him that people might judge too. It's not only women who can be too much, by the way. So anyways, that's just my 2 cents. If you're struggling to find someone who is compatible with you and fits you because people keep telling you that you're too much, that's a good thing. Just saying. Okay, see you later.
She said she heard a girl say, "It's going to be hard for me to find a boyfriend because I'm a lot, and not everyone can handle me." And right there, you know what the problem is. She thinks being difficult is a personality trait.
Correct.
I'm a lot isn't cute. It's a warning label. And she's right. Not everyone can handle her.
They think it's quirky.
Because no one should have to. That line, "I'm a lot," is just modern code for "I refuse to change." It's what people say when they know they're emotionally chaotic, but want
And I'm difficult to deal with and miserable.
to make it sound empowering. No, you're not a handful. You're just hard work. And being hard to love isn't a flex. It's a reflection. What's wild is that if a man said the same thing, "I'm a lot to handle," women would call him toxic, narcissistic, or emotionally unavailable. But when a woman says it, it's suddenly self-awareness. No, it's self-sabotage dressed in self-love quotes. Healthy relationships aren't about who can handle who. They're about who can build with who. If you lead with "I'm a lot," what you're really saying is, "I bring chaos, and it's your job to survive it." That's not romantic. That's exhausting.
I don't even think it's saying your job to survive it. It's saying your job to deal with it and take care of it, right? To control my chaos.
So yeah, maybe she's right. It will be hard to find a boyfriend. Not because men can't handle her, but because men with peace don't go looking for storms. Eventually, you'll realize being a lot isn't something to brag about. It's something to work on.
This might hurt some feelings, but caring how much a guy spends on a date.
I know I'm a lot to deal with, and I try my best to not be, but I'm just, I like the advice of being yourself sometimes is good and bad, because sometimes being yourself, there's a lot of things you would want to say, but you got to be smart enough to not say certain things.
Date is lower class coded. I feel like I'm in a pretty good position to say this. I've been lower class, I've been higher class, and I was surrounded by the elite long enough to know that they do coffee dates, they do walk dates. They have enough money and security themselves to not evaluate a guy based on how much he's spending on them. Now, of course, there's an element in dating of making sure that a guy is generous and hospitable. In my opinion, he should be paying on the date and he should be picking dates that he can pay for. But it's such a weird hyperfixation that the high value woman dating community has on what a guy spends on you, because it really just has no bearing on how he feels about you or how he'll be as a partner. And it's something that you only care about if deep down you know that this is just a farce that you're putting on. Because if you really could take yourself to nice restaurants, you wouldn't be so focused on a guy doing that for you.
Correct.
And of the extremely wealthy men I know, if a girl ever turned down a coffee date with them and tried to use one of those lines from the stupid dating coaches on here and was like, "Actually, I'm accustomed to more than a coffee date," then he'd kick her to the curb because she'd look like a gold digger. And he'd be right to do that because his future wife isn't someone who's going to be shallow or trashy like that. Now, the kicker here is that most people will date and end up marrying in their same social class. So it's really funny that all this high value woman dating advice is all about faking it till you make it. Because the thing is, these women aren't even faking it well. They're wearing Shein old money outfits that they saw on TikTok, and they're nickel and diming men thinking that that's how you pretend to be a rich person. And I'm not saying this to shame anyone's financial situation, but I will shame pretending to be something that you're not, especially when you treat people on your level like garbage in order to do it.
The funny thing is so many women idealize romance in Bridgerton or Bronte sister novels. But the first step in courting was a man taking a woman for a walk. It was not seen as low value. It meant you were high enough value for him to want to be seen in public walking with you.
True.
Also, both then and now time is more valuable than a dinner plate.
In your early 30s and single, girl, it is amazing. Don't feel rushed. It is not scary. I promise you.
Like the sisterhood sabotage right here. I'm not married and have kids yet, and I'm still competing with a lot of you single ladies in your 30s. So don't look for men. Don't look for men. So I can have all the men come to me.
I just got home from seeing 2 girlfriends. I've been out and about, hot girl walks. I just made a chocolate ninja creamy. I'm gonna go out later tonight. The only responsibility I have is to be on a Zoom at 12 o'clock on Monday. And I am booked and busy. We're making your own money, owning your own shit. You don't have to put up with anyone yapping in your ear. Trust me. You will have kids at some point if you want kids. Do not worry. Do not rush it. You will have time. My mom had my sister when she was 39 without any help. I have many girlfriends that have kids and they're so grateful that they have their kids. But dude, do they wish that they could book a Pilates class whenever they want, or go for a walk, or go out to dinner?
You really think mothers that care about their kids care about booking Pilates classes? So stupid.
Or go for drinks whenever they want without having to book a babysitter? Yes. And I'm sorry, I get to do my 10-step skincare without a little guy like yapping in my ear to hurry up. There's a time and a place for everything, so embrace this.
I've cut out men and I've cut out dating and I've never been more peaceful. Well, that is great for you. So what I want to know is, who was the first person to tell all the girlies that going on online dating sites is the equivalent of like putting themselves onto a cheap buffet? Or furthermore, who was the first person to tell all the girlies that if they go to a singles event to meet other singles, that they're essentially putting themselves on clearance? Whoever those people were, I want you to step to the front because I want to have a little
Kinda.
talk with you. No, really, I don't want to have a talk with you because obviously I know, whatever, we all have opinions and thoughts on everything going on with modern dating and modern romance and modern love and blah, blah, blah. And we all know that no one is really approaching people regularly out in the wild without there being any type of parameters around it, right? So like, 9 times out of 10, if someone's in the grocery store, they're not walking up to somebody else in the grocery store because they don't know what they're there for.
Correct.
I mean, they're there for groceries, but they don't know if they are single and interested in being approached. And with everybody saying that people are like harassing them and, you know, intimidating them and all the things, I mean, it's no wonder that
I wonder who's saying those things.
some men might be just a little shy of approaching you outside of an element where approaching is definitely invited and warranted, right? So with all of that being said, where should a single woman go who doesn't want to be single, who doesn't desire to be single? Where should she go to have some good chances of meeting some quality matches? After coming across the conversation that my girl Jen, I think her name was Jen, was having with many people about what happened to her at the Crush Club, I think it was called, in Houston recently, I saw so many people in the comments telling people, well, of course, like, what did you expect? You can't go to the Crush Club. You can't go to a singles event. You can't go on online dating. And then there was other people like, yeah, cut out men and I've cut out dating and I've never been more peaceful. Well, that is great for you. If you are at peace living life as a single person, that is wonderful. No one is faulting you of that. But why are you then even in the conversation of the people who intentionally want to meet partners? Why?
Because they want to sabotage the women that are intentionally meeting partners so they can get a partner, but so all these other women gave up too. That's the whole game. You know, after, again, shout outs to Alexander Grace with that one video that just, it just pops in my head. Every single video I see nowadays is like, yeah, they sabotage each other just because they can't win.
Why are you even in that conversation? Because truly you're not being helpful. And if people are going to leave you alone and let you be at peace with your decision to be peacefully single, then why not let the people who still are desiring a partner be peaceful with their decision and support them in their journey to find it? Because honestly, with a little discernment, a little strategy, a little positivity, and a lot of common sense, you can make use of all of these tools and give yourself the best chance possible to meeting the partner you so desire.
I mean, they lack a little bit of common sense. What are you talking about? A lot of common sense.
So this woman said she heard other women bragging about cutting men out of their lives and how they've never been more peaceful. And she's like, well, that's great for you, but not for me. Finally, a dose of honesty. She's not pretending that loneliness is empowerment. She's actually asking the real question. Where can a woman who doesn't want to be single go to meet quality men? See, that's the part most people skip. Social media tells women that men are the problem and single is peace. But what happens when that peace starts feeling like isolation? You can't post, I don't need a man, for years, and then wake up wondering where all the good ones went. The truth is, while women were detoxing from dating, the good men were out there building, moving on, and finding women who still believe in partnership. She's not crazy for asking that question. She's being realistic. There's nothing wrong with wanting love, companionship, or a future with someone. The problem is that a lot of women have spent so much time pretending they don't need it that they've forgotten how to look for it.
True.
You can't attract what you publicly reject. If you
This is not even the attract part. I think it's just they can't keep it. They really can't keep men. It's easy to attract men. Just look decent, right? I was like, just look decent. Most men are going to be attractive to you. But once you open your mouth, it better not come out bullshit.
you genuinely want to meet quality men, you have to move different. Step outside of the online chaos. Go to places that attract mature people, business events, faith gatherings, fitness communities, volunteer work, anywhere that demands consistency. You won't find husband material in the comment section of men are trash videos. So yeah, her question was spot on. The women who cut out men might have peace, but peace without partnership eventually turns into silence. And the ones who admit they still want connection, they're the ones who actually stand a chance at finding it.
I don't know if you noticed, but men don't know how to date anymore. Dating used to be an event. Like, he'd actually plan something. You'd be sitting there getting ready thinking, oh my god, he said 7 p.m. restaurant, dress nice. Now, you're lucky if you even get what you're doing before 11 p.m. And I'm not talking about the bad guys, I'm talking about the average ones. The normal, everyday, I'm a nice guy guys. Because apparently now, nice means lazy. They don't.
No, it's just women aren't worth it. It's not laziness. We're just giving you reciprocation that we're getting. We're giving you very similar back now.
Court anymore, they don't conquer, they don't even initiate properly. I swear to God, some of these men approach dating like it's a customer service ticket. Hey, I messaged you, please respond in 3-5 business days. And the funniest part is they are confused when women aren't interested. They like, why should I always be the one to text first? Maybe because you're the man who's supposedly trying to pursue something? Like, bro, that's literally how nature coded you. That's your side of the mission. If you're not gonna lead, then what am I supposed to follow?
Oh, they know men's missions so good, but what the frick do you guys do?
Can't even hold a conversation anymore. You'll say, so what do you like doing? And they'll go, gym. Okay, and then what? Eat. Okay, and then sleep. Sir, are you a human or a hamster? And don't even get me started on the plans. What plans? They don't plan anything. They just say, we should chill sometime. Sometimes when? Where? What do you mean chill? It's gotten so bad that when a man actually says, let's go to dinner at 8, I'll pick you up, women are out there texting their group chat like, girls, he's either a gentleman or a scammer. Wish me luck. Cause that's how rare it's become. Basic effort now feels like romance. And it's not even that we want luxury, it's about energy. Like, talk to me with intention. Flirt. Have confidence. Give me something to work with. And you know what's worse?
She's talking about men giving her one-word answers and giving her something to work with. That's literally, you're projecting. This is literally what men deal with women constantly.
When they say girls don't appreciate good guys anymore. Babe, you're not a good guy. You're just barely doing the minimum. Listen, we got tired of babysitting grown-ass men. Y'all stopped acting like men who know how to conquer.
Yeah, we're tired of babysitting grown-ass women. That's why you guys are alone and single and miserable right now and struggling.
Charm and lead, and unfortunately, that's a reality. And I swear, sometimes I just want to hand them a lip gloss and say, here, sweetie, since you want equal energy so bad, go touch up too. But even then, they wouldn't get it. Because this generation doesn't understand courting anymore. They just understand convenience. So baby girl, you're not antisocial or picky. You're just done being unimpressed.
So this woman said men don't know how to date or approach women anymore. Really? That's the story we're going with now? Let's be honest. Men stopped approaching because every time they did, they were labeled creepy, weird, or harassing. Y'all told them, don't talk to me at the gym. Don't talk to me at work. Don't talk to me anywhere. Well, congratulations, they listened. Now the same women are online crying. Where are all the good men? Why doesn't anyone approach me? Girl, you built this.
Yep.
You can't shame men for existing in your 20s and then expect them to chase you in your 30s. The math is not mathing. Men didn't forget how to date. They just learned not to waste time where they're not wanted. The dating pool didn't dry up. It got filtered. And guess who's left at the bottom complaining about how men don't approach anymore?
Leftover women that hit the wall.
Exactly. So yeah, men know how to date. They're just choosing not to date you.
This is why I don't date men younger than me. I met this guy at a bar on Friday night. He kept staring at me and I thought he was cute, so I stared back at him and he came up to me. We talked for a few minutes and I asked him how old he was because he looked a little bit younger and he said he was 24. I'm 28 and I've never dated anybody younger than me. I've only dated guys that are older than me. I typically only look for guys that are like at least my age or older. But I'm trying to be more open in general, so I gave him my number just thinking, probably wouldn't work out, but like I would give it a shot. I would go on a date with him. Look how he texts me. What is this? You want to go watch a movie at 1 a.m. even though I don't have a TV? Yeah.
Ladies, let's be real for a second. You're not going to find a marriage material man in a bar. That's not where husbands hang out.
Right.
That's where hangovers do. You're out here.
Well, I mean, husbands do hang out at the bars to escape their wives. There is that
sipping
too.
Cocktails, doing shots with the girls, yelling, where are all the good men? Meanwhile, the good men are at home, saving money, building something, or asleep because they have to work in the morning. The bar guy
Sleep.
isn't thinking about marriage. He's thinking about last call. You say you want a man who's stable, mature, emotionally intelligent, and then you go hunting for him in a place full of flashing lights, loud music, and people who can't even spell commitment. Make it make sense.
I mean, I do admit young men are pretty cooked nowadays because they don't really know how to interact with a lot of women because of social media and because they grew up on the internet and tablets in front of their faces. They never really had too much human interaction, let alone women interaction. So I can somewhat see where women are coming from, but it's also the environment that women created. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.